You're pretty when I'm drunk.
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 And I'm pretty fucking drunk.
Hey guys, back from the Enterprise. I tell you, Captain Kirk knows how to party like a bitch. Those green chicks, now I know. What are we looking at? Clown Shoes, Crunkle Sam, American barley wine ale. That's 11%. It didn't give a preferred serving temperature. I did pull it out. I did remove it from the refrigerator like 15 minutes ago, so. Oh, tonight will be night 3 on the T25 workout thing. So here's a funny thing. You know, I figured, you know, I'm just doing what I'm watching him do. There's a woman that was just recently had a baby, and she's doing what they consider the modified version, and Ms. Bomey's been doing that one, and I don't know, maybe it's the male ego thing or whatever, but 25 minutes and you definitely are getting a cardio workout by the time it's over. But the problem is the first one, every move that you do, you are supposed to be up on the balls, or supposed to be up on your toes. And so the following day, my calves feel like someone slapped me repeatedly with a steel rod. And then last night's, I did it some more. I mean, did the 25 minutes. It's 25 minutes with a 3-minute cool down. And his cool down is what some people would call exercise. So here I am today, barely able to walk up and down the stairs, and it's just my calves. It's the only thing that's been bothering me. And so I'm coming down here to do a brew review, and she's like, don't drink all of it. It might make you sick when we do the workout. If she only knew how much I had to drink before last night's workout. But she goes, you know, he is a trained professional. This is what he does. He is a fitness trainer. You're not expected to do everything he does, especially in the very beginning. And I'm just like, well, going off of our physical condition, maybe we should have just watched the first one. Okay. I thought that was funny. I don't care who you are. You know, I'm going to open this with the 50 cal round, and like all of them, it's just a pair of shoes. Okay, so I gotta go do a, like 28-minute workout. The only reason I'm not doing it beforehand is I just got done making, JR10. Just got done making steaks on the grill, and I sauteed mushrooms along with onion, garlic, butter, and 2 great big fresh hot peppers. Yeah. So might as well continue to screw it up and have some beer before the okay, well, definitely some good carbonation, and as you can see, it's a kind of a cloudy, slightly ambered kind of a color. Got a nice pillowy head going. I like my head between the pillows. You know, this one actually has a lot of characteristics of an IPA. Definitely has some hoppiness to it. I hope I'm right on this. This was the one that I thought thought that JR10 would really like, because it was, you know, it's mandatory that it has to be extreme, is it at least 9% by volume, and on the sweet side. Just like JR10. Just a big sweet bitch. Okay, cheers guys. Speaking of bitches, just fast trivia. I guess Pete over at the Armory Channel has now made 3 attempts to get in the Special Olympics, and they keep turning them down. Yeah, this definitely has a... First of all, if this isn't the characteristic of what a barley wine is supposed to be, now I know why, like, Paul and Jameson were giving me some shit, because everything I've had up to this point, I believe, it tasted like someone dumped a beer and a wine cooler together. This is completely different. This is unique though. This has a kind of a almost a subtle citrus, not your in the face knock you out kind of a citrus. You notice that right away, and then right behind that, once again, this one's kind of complex. Right behind that, you start to get a sweetness, but JR10, this by your standards, this, you probably consider this bitter. Like a, well, maybe like a cherry or a strawberry kind of a fruit. Not your fig or date or that kind of a fruit, but something in there is giving it kind of more of a happy kind of a fruit, you know, not those sad plums and raisins, you know, they're always grumpy because they're moments away from being shot out your butt. I don't know where that came from. And this another one with if this is 11%, there's right on the tail end, you just subtly detect the alcohol in there, and then it has kind of a bread, kind of a smooth bread-like finish. I don't know, this is good, but it's compared to everything else I've had, this is either they all sucked completely, or this is in a league all to its own. Yeah, that sweetness is kind of hard, you know. It is something. Either the cherry or the strawberry, just like I said, obviously it's not overwhelming and obvious, or otherwise it'd be going, well, that definitely is like strawberry or definitely like cherry. And yeah, along with the 4 pounds of steak and box of mushrooms and corn, and I don't know how we went from it, but Ms. Mommy wanted fresh made mashed potatoes, which I love, you know, a ton of butter and fresh garlic in there, and I was on the way out the door to go actually pick up the groceries, and she's like, oh, the potatoes, they seem a little spongy. She goes, I don't really want to use them. I'm like, okay, I'll grab some fresh potatoes. And she's like, no, that's okay, I'll make tater tots. Nothing against tater tots, but when, you know, you're planning on fresh mashed potatoes, and everyone to each their own, but I'm a skin on kind of guy. It's everything all natural. And that's where all the good stuff is in there too. That's one thing I really. Some of you guys, if you're in an area where you have like the farmer's market where you can go and actually get a variety of stuff, more power to you. Around here, it's like the same shit. You know, potatoes, onions, peppers. You know, it's not like I'd like you know, I watch these like food channel the shows, and you're like, they go to these markets and there's this like, I've never even heard of 90% of the things that they're looking at. That would be cool. Ever wondered about, or not wondered, ever thought about being a chef? God, this actually smells really good. Okay, let's break it down. It's kind of like a sweet IPA. The citrus part of it has been tooled down a little bit, but it's still in there. And this one's more of the piney kind of citrus end of it. And then you get that subtle sweetness, little bit of warming from the alcohol, and a nice smooth like bread finish, and then just a lingering of that sweet flavor stays behind, which I don't know what the hell it is. It's bothering me. I always get an answer from like Paul or Jameson. Oh yeah, that sweetness that you're getting, that is obviously a cinnamon that was picked in October of 2013, and it was oh yeah, don't drink all the alcohol before the 25-minute workout. Oh. Oh, God. That would be stupid. Look at that action in there. Okay. On the E scale. Would I get this again? Yeah, yes, I definitely would get this again. See now I got a little something else in there. Maybe a little spice. I'm not honestly sure. Actually, more towards the bottom that it has stuff in it. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. This is another one that's, I would, I don't know, the alcohol percentage or the flavors in it would be more of a sipping and enjoying versus a gulping kind of a beer. God, some beers are just like nasty ass smelling, and this one just smells good. I might just whip some of this under my armpits for work tomorrow. 10 o'clock, yeah, well, sorry, I loosely use the words work. It's like, what would it be the equivalent to? Well, I guess it's work. There's just, no pay involved. My buddy, he'd be going, is that an IPA? You know how when you want some shit done, you can never find anybody, and yet it's like, ring. You know how many things I've had to like turn down. My good friend Tim, who lost his mother, several people that he works with have called. It's like, hey Eric, remember this is Jim. I'm like, hey, yeah, I remember you. Really nice house up on a little like Rich Person Lake, just north of Duluth. We're just wondering if you're interested in, you know, digging a retaining wall for our dock area. Oh, heck yeah, could I please, you know, get right on that? Like, unfortunately, I've actually had to turn down a whole bunch of people just because it's just like been one thing after another. It's kind of like the pecking order. It's like, okay, Tim, he's been a friend since the 7th grade. His project comes first. That kind of shit. Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing an online resume. As well paid as my my profession is, I hate it. I want to find something where I can repair and shoot guns while you know, judging female models, and or maybe, you know, taste testing cocaine. Actually, cocaine is a nasty thing. I kind of like the way it smells, but other than that, I hate the stuff. Surely I kid. In my union, you never know when you're gonna get the call. Well, we need you to run down and do the pee test. Okay. I was working out on a job. That's been 4 years ago now, and every now and then they had a random drug test. I don't want to be accused of being racist or any of the above, but we were working at a large addition and hotel on a casino, and depending on the size of your crew, you were required to have helpers from the reservation. And this one day, they job soup came around and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna need all you guys to head down to the trailer. We're having a random drug test." Okay. I was like walking by one of the windows. I was like working up in the tower, and I walk by and I'm looking out in the parking lot. It was bust ass to get the hell off the job site, and basically everybody lost their mandatory worker that day. Me personally, I never thought it was worth losing a high paying job just to have that kind of fun. We do this instead. Which is funny because there is arguments too that this is more destructive than a lot of the things that are considered illegal. Oh, let me let you guys get out of here. E-scale? Well, you're going to have to like an IPA with a very complex characteristic to it. It has a hoppy like start, a sweet, guess the fruit or sweetness in the middle, a little bit of the alcohol warming, almost a bitterness right in there, and then kind of a smooth bread and back to the whatever the hell the sweetening is at the end. Yeah, I don't think someone like JR10 would hate this, but this is definitely not like some of the ones that he has sent me where they were like super sweet. But I don't want to fall into a characteristics of it. Just has to be all IPA, all IPA, all IPA. I've found that even my own characteristic in the time that this the B&E Brew Review has been up and running, that even I have definitely changed my characteristic. Like I've said, and I've said it all along, I mean, this is kind of a serious learn as you go thing. I still need to know more. I mean, it's, you just don't realize how much of a thing there is. It must be awesome to be able to intern, well, actually just get a full-time job, working at one of the micro brews and understanding what causes each of the characteristics, and what malt's being used, what hops being used, the grains, what you can put in there to achieve this characteristic and that characteristic. So I would say that for me anyway, I'd give this a 8.5. It's more unique of the ones from Clown. Of what I've had from Clown Shoes, I would probably put this in last place, but only rated on beers from Clown Shoes itself. As of this very moment in time, the Vampire Slayer was, I think for me, probably number 1, and the Unidragon was number 2. They're brown. Well, that was pretty good too. I happen to have a Unidragon. Unfortunately, I'm in possession of a Vampire Slayer too, but that's Paul at PA Brew News's. And of course we're finding out that it's now, mine's upstairs. It's now a collector's item because you're not going to be able to ever get it anymore because of the whole Suyu stuff. Personally, I think they probably should change it from Vampire Slayer to Lawyer Slayer. That would be the most appropriate. So, and again, if this is a true rendition of a barley wine, this is good. I have not had a barley wine I've liked up until this. So let me down this and go do my 25 minutes of extensive exercise. And on the Facebook thing, we literally had I had Chinese, and I had done the brew review, and I might have had like 5 or 6, after the brew review, before the exercise thing. It's probably defeating the point, but maybe in the middle. As a side note, I like to eat, but I can easily ration that down. I know from talking with Ray, STL Ray Edwards, I can say whatever I want about him because we're so far into this video. He's never would ever get to this point, so just one of those checking things. Hey Ray, get the fuck out of here, Ray. Ray's probably 100% right. I'd probably lose 15 pounds easily in 30 days if I just stopped drinking, but nah, it's just not going to happen. I mean, you can take everything else away. You could say you're never going to get the chance to have whiskey, vodka, scotch, any of those ever again, but you can have beer. Hey, I'm okay with that. Gotta like beer. Beer becomes a passion, and to explore it, and to try different ones for what you like and what you don't. So, okay, cheers, and tomorrow we should I guess we're gonna look at the Eye of the Hawk Select Ale. Mendocino Brewing Company, I think. This award-winning brew is handcrafted to perfection. 8% by volume. Heck yeah, all of a sudden I like it even more. So let's take a look at this tomorrow. You know what I just realized? I actually heard from Chris along with company today, and yet I never got the stupid ass camel. Guess what today is? Yeah, evidently he's slacking today. So, okay, guys, cheers. We all made it through. Wednesday. Let's see where Thursday brings us. I'm gonna go find my communicator and go back and party with some green bitches. So, we'll talk to you later.